So the other day, a student asked me, said, Todd, what are the 5 most important things that older, experienced golfers need to do in their golf swing to play great golf? Well, these are the 5 things that I told him. Number 5, and the first thing that I told him was, hey, get your lead arm working more straight back and working more straight up. Now, how can you practice that? Well, first of all, we wrote an entire book on it. It's called The Bad Lie. It's called the vertical line swing. All right, it's our whole system around how to swing the golf club for older, experienced golfers. But for you, what you can do is just go ahead and get set in here and go ahead and just lift the club up so that your hands are about equal height as the buttons on your shirt. All right, see that? And then just go ahead and turn and rotate. How does that look right there, Nick? Okay, Nick gave me a thumbs up. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, like this video. Hey, and be sure to subscribe and tell us where you're from. We love hearing where all you are from. It's one of our favorite things to look at. So that's how I would get those arms up. All right, number 4 is you've got to flare your toes. So let me demonstrate. When I'm sitting here, if my toes are perfectly straight, like this, it's going to limit my ability to rotate and turn. And as we get older, experienced, as we like to say, generally speaking, most of us lose flexibility. And when your toes are straight ahead, it limits your range of motion. So number 4 is to go ahead and take your toes and flare them out. Now how much? It kind of depends. 20 degrees, 30 degrees, something like that. But when you flare your toes, that's gonna allow for you to rotate and turn your hips, rotate your shoulders, and once again, get more length to your backswing, help you improve your rhythm, your tempo, your contact, all those types of things. Number 3 is they've got to learn to load versus sway. Now, why is that important? Well, as we're getting older, we're always looking for more distance, right? We always need more distance. And the ability to load versus sway is one of the key reasons, or one of the key components to doing that. A sway is when we move our weight from the lead foot to the trail foot, but the weight, the pressure, goes to the outside of the foot. A load is when the weight goes and stays on the inside of the trail foot. And you know this if you followed any of our stuff here at VLS Golf, that we love the 60-40. We love the 60-40. It is a cornerstone of the vertical line swing. And so what is that? We start with 60% of the weight on our lead foot. It moves to our trail foot, okay? And as that weight moves, that lateral movement allows us to create some momentum and some club head speed. But here's the key component. As it shifts to your trail foot, you've got to make sure that the weight stays to the inside. Now, how do you know if you're doing that? Well, pretty simple. Notice how my knees are flexed right here. Let's say for sake of discussion, I've got about 30 degrees of knee bend, just for sake of discussion. When you get to the top, you should have about 15 degrees of flex in your trail foot, and you're gonna definitely have more flex in your lead knee. 15 in the trail knee, definitely more in the lead knee. When you do that, that will allow you to keep that weight more on the inside of the foot. Number 2, and this is probably one of the easiest things to do, and would be a good place to start, is when you finish your swing, have your knees touching. So when you finish your swing, just make sure that your knees are touching or close together. Everybody see that? Now, why is that important? Well, remember how we loaded? Remember how we turned and we loaded? Create that energy? Well, now we've got to learn to unload it. Now we've got to learn to move it towards the target. And one of the ways we know if we've moved that energy towards the target is our knees are touching. What a lot of older golfers do, maybe because they struggle with balance and things like that, is they keep their weight on their back foot as they swing forward, so it looks something like this. And as they stay back, number 1 is it's a killer for distance and club head speed, but it also causes them to swing and swipe across the golf ball, which can create a slice and all types of different things. Number 1 is they've got to learn to use their arms correctly. The arms are a great resource for club head speed. When we're young, we can use other things, rotations and verticals and strength and muscle. But as we get older, We don't have a lot of those things available to us like we did earlier. So what we can do though is we can use our arms. There is a ton of speed in your arms. Let me just go ahead and demonstrate it for you so you understand what I'm talking about here. And this is a drill that you can do on your own. I like to even do it with driver when I'm working with my students. Just put your feet together, okay, like this, and just let your arms swing. Boom. See that? All right? You might even do it in continuous motion, okay? And then just step up, keep your feet together, and just go ahead and hit a shot. You will be amazed at how much club head speed you can create by just simply letting your arms relax and letting them rotate. Now that we've given you 5 great ways to improve your golf swing as an older golfer, check out my next video. And if you want to personally work with me and the golf team here at VLS Golf, check out vlscoaching.com.